Hello, this is Lisa Russick with the podcast We Are All Psychic. It's just me today. We had a couple podcasts planned, and yes, I still think we're all psychic. We had a couple podcasts planned this week, and, everybody I was sick yesterday. I've been having these allergy attacks. We were supposed to have Jennifer Love last night, and we were supposed to have Be Woo tonight. But we just haven't been able to get together because I keep getting sick with these allergy attacks. So I'm going to do a podcast because we haven't done a podcast, I don't think, since June 6th. And it's just me today. And I want to talk about some metaphysical terms we do have and use. If you've listened to the podcast, you know I'm always looking for new terms, new words, things to describe the experiences of energy work, which is what I think psychic is, and which is, if you're new, stuff like that. So I have a little list here on phone that's, certain terms I was introduced to and didn't know what they were at first, but once I kind of had a general idea, it kind of sounds like the first thing I would like to discuss is intention. You may hear a lot if you're delving into the metaphysical stuffs. You may hear about intention or witchcraft. You hear about intention. What is your intention? Set your intention. You might hear this. You might hear set your intention during the new moon, and at the full moon, you release. That's something a lot of people do with intention. So what is an intention? What does that mean in a metaphysical sense? Well, without metaphysics, intention is just, I mean to do it. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's one of my favorite sayings. So it's like you intend to do it. That's how we think of it without the metaphysics. But with metaphysics put in, this term means like a really hardcore, extremely motivated, heartfelt, energetic focus. You're focusing your body. You're focusing your mind, focusing energy, focusing emotions. And what else? Focusing your spirit, I guess. You're focusing everything you've got into an idea that you want to bring to life, for example. So, I am building this psychic app school for everybody who listens to this podcast or anybody who wants to do it. I'm building it myself. So I did set an intention for it. Before I started doing it, I set an intention. And what I did was I thought to myself, do I want to do this? Yes, I've been dying to do this with my life for about 5 years, teach this stuff. And I started doing it with the podcast. So the intention I set would have been around the new moon before I started building it. And you don't have to do it on a new moon. I just did because Angelina got me doing that. A few other witches, Akasha, make an intention at the new moon, release it on the full moon, and then it comes into manifestation. That's another word you hear a lot. That's what intentions are about. You're trying to manifest what you want in your life. And manifesting is what you do is bringing, like I just said, bringing what you want into your life. And it's not, I wish it could just be, I have a cat. I don't. I have a sphinx. Like magic. But it's not like that. I mean, it is magic, but it's not like that. Maybe it could be. We'll go there some other day. So my voice is a little hoarse if you can't tell because of the allergies. So, manifestation is really, if you look at the magician card in a tarot deck, I've talked about the magician card a lot whenever I talk about tarot. I love the magician card. And that's to me what the tarot is all about, the magician card. You can change your life. That's what the point of intentions and manifestations are. So with the manifestation in the metaphysical sense, I'll give you an example. I'll continue on with the example of setting the intention to build the app, a WAP learning app, WAP learning app. And that's We're All Psychic, WAP. So intention, manifestation, and my app. So I'm building this app. I set an intention before I began it to do it and finish it and work it, because that's what I want to do with my life as of now. And I have for a long time. And so I'll set the intention, like a lot of times, like I'll try to write, I'm on video. This is a video on Spotify. I'm going to try to raise my vibe, like I'm setting an intention. So like there's an airplane, but we can't hear it. Okay. So you can watch me Now, this is something I do want to talk about as well during this podcast, energy awareness. So this is where you're going to come in and work with me. You don't have to see the video to do this, but you can just listen. And with your own energy, sense mine changing. Just kind of feel the sound of my voice or whatever the recording. If you're watching it, you can look at me or listen to my voice. And you can just feel doing it now, starting to raise the energy. I don't know if you can feel that or not, but I'm pulling it up, out. It's kind of like flowing like up through into my spine and all through my stomach, and it comes up through and out. So I'm raising all that, and I'm thinking about my body. I'm thinking about my mind. I'm thinking about my emotions. I'm thinking about my energy and my spirit and my thoughts, and I'm focusing everything on an intention. Right now, I'm redoing that intention for my app. So I'll get motivated to start working on it again. So I'm just setting that intention. You can say something out loud if you want. So right now, I'm raising my energy. I'm very curious. I'll go put a poll and see if any of you can sense this raising of the energy. And I feel my heart chakra really strong right now. It's starting to get really amped, the energy. So I'm going to set the intention that I will continue working on the app until it is complete, and it will be manifested as an application on an Apple and Android. Feels so good to do that, to amp your energy. You can just do it for no reason. You don't have to be setting an intention. Sometimes I forget I can do it, and sometimes I'll be so hard-headed that I won't when I know I can fix myself if I just... Sometimes you feel like you shouldn't, though. Sometimes I don't feel like it's the right thing to do. It's like sometimes I need to handle things with my mind and with my heart, not necessarily with the juju. Because the juju is more about healing, and it's more about my own personal belief system, my own personal understanding of how life works. So in that case, I would definitely do it with my, in like a case of, say, someone's trying to sober up and trying to go to rehab or something like that. I would listen to them and talk to them. If they asked for spiritual energy work or anything like that, then of course I would do it. But in that case, I'd use my usual stuff, or if somebody's having a breakup and they just want to talk about it, or somebody's, a lot of times people don't want advice. They just want to talk, and not many people are listening in the world, feels like sometimes. I know that as a professional reader, a lot of the clients I speak with them a lot. They seem like, I'm not generalizing all of my clients this way, but most of them, they really like to start off with like a physical conversation, just like not necessarily on Everclear because the time is pretty tight there, but like locally, or if somebody does have a lot of time, they kind of ease in with just, kind of feeling out with words and mind and emotions and a body. And then I think as the reading continues, then their own energy engages because it feels safe. So I feel like that's when, during a reading, that's when the energy awareness comes in. If they are aware that my energy is rising, they will in tune just raise their own energy, usually because we're all empaths. We all can feel each other's energy and emotions and feelings of whatever's going on, health, stuff like that. And no digit has allergies. So they don't get me during the middle of a podcast. My nose is going to turn red. Woo, allergies. My screen went dark. So you saw me raise my vibration. You saw me make an intention, and you heard, and you saw, well, you haven't seen it manifest yet, but you will. I promise. Make it another wish there. Now, manifesting and intentions is very much the same thing as making a wish. It's like, you have an intention, you have a wish. You make the wish. I don't know why, it makes me think of praying when you make a wish. It's kind of like praying to God, please make my wish come true. It is. It's an intention. Or if you have a deity, you pray to your deity, or you ask your deity or your spirit guides or your angels. There's a lot of ways you can get help. with building your intentions. There are two different types, or two more examples I want to give you of terminology you might hear in metaphysics, in energy work. Letting go of the outcome. A lot of my clients haven't heard of this before. Letting go of the outcome. It's a great thing. You can do it. So, example. I always love an example. Example really drives it home. So, an example would be she loves him. She loves him so much. She loves him. And they went out and they didn't work out. She still loves him. And they didn't really break up, but it just kind of faded. So maybe they're friends with benefits and she fell in love. Something along those lines, a client say. And she's so into him and she's so focused on him. She loves him. She loves him. She really does. She really loves this person. She got to know him. She understands him. She has strong energy work. She calls a psychic for help. That's who she goes to. So she's probably working with her energy if she's going to a psychic for help. That's always what I assume. And maybe I'm wrong, but I always assume it. They have it. They're working with it somehow if they're even calling a psychic. They're aware of it on some level. Or they're totally aware. A lot of people who call me are psychic readers, or are they practicing, learning, getting their skills down. So letting go of the outcome. This woman, let's say she calls and I tell her, maybe you should let go of the outcome. She'll say, what's that? So letting go of the outcome is about, when you daydream about that guy or girl or person you're so crazy about, and you want the outcome of the happy family or the wedding or the kids getting along and everybody combining, be having babies with this person. Maybe you just have a big wedding that you want to plan, or maybe you want to go like on a certain honeymoon. You're thinking about all these kinds of things. And he's not in your life anymore. He is maybe, and he's just not there yet where you are. Could be that situation. But in the situation with the woman who's making all these outcomes with this person in her mind, what she can do is just try her best to just let it all go. Don't put any expectations on the outcome. Don't have any expectations on the outcome. That's letting go of the outcome. If you have no expectations, you can't be disappointed. So no matter what happens, you'll be happy about it if you have that attitude, usually. Not necessarily happy if the guy doesn't love you back, but you can heal from it and move on. And, you can't make someone love you, even with energy. It's not true. It's not the true love. It's not them. It's not their true heart they really love. If that's what you love, that's what you should love. So another term, or it's not really a term. It's kind of a theme in metaphysics. Like what you assume, what you think, believe, whatever you think, assume, and believe about things, you will manifest into your life. This is something a lot of metaphysical people really believe, and I do too. Let me give you an example of this. Like, I really wanted a gray cat. And when Morgana passed away, I waited a year, and I think I've told this story on the podcast. If you're new, Morgana is a cat I had, and she passed away at the winter solstice in 2017. She is a spirit guide of mine now. And I waited a year until 2018. And my very dear friend Poncetta and her daughter Portia, who's the first guest I had on this podcast, they met me. They went into pounds looking for animals, and she kept saying, "You need a cat. You need a cat. You miss Morgana. You need more cats." I said, "God, I have 3 cats right now. I love them." And she's like, "You always have to have a lot of cats." And this is when I lived in a house and I could have a lot of cats. And she kept asking. I was like, "I'm not ready. I'm not ready." And then in August of 2019, I think, Morgana said, "It's time. You should get a kitten." And I said, "Tell Poncetta you want the kitten." And I really wanted this gray kitten. I've always wanted, I love gray cats. I just do. And I really wanted a pure, solid gray cat. I don't know why. I just love them. And I had a spirit guide meditation done with my therapist, and she should have told this story. But in this meditation, I met my spirit animal, a little gray cat. And I told this. And my Gandalf, wherever he may be, is that very same cat I saw in that meditation in my 20s. So, at the time, I was assuming, thinking, and dreaming I would draw a gray cat into my life that would be very, very special to me. And he is. And it happened. But it didn't happen by me going out and finding a cat. I set the intention, and Poncetta made it happen for me. Thank you, Poncetta. And So that's kind of another way of manifestation. It's just how you believe and how you think about things. What trace back where those beliefs come from. And then maybe if you have beliefs that are not so positive, like I want a great cat who's magical, a wizard cat. If you have, let's say you assume or think or believe that everything sucks and people don't like you and nobody likes you, or everybody is weird and you're the only, or you're the weird, or you're an alien, or what's going on? Something's in here, the way you're thinking or the way you're assuming in your heart with your feelings, or even your physical body can feel this way. Like there's no reason, there's no energy, no oomph in life, no spedunkel. That can be what you're assuming life is like. Not necessarily, there can be medical conditions making you feel that way. But I'm talking about mentally and emotionally and energetically. You just don't feel great about life. It could be the way you're assuming life is. Could be. Not necessarily the answer. Let's say, an example for assuming and thinking in a bad way. Let's say, or a negative way. Let's say we all assume that blondes are dumb. Blondes are dumb. We all assume that. So we will manifest dumb blondes into our lives. We will notice them. We will find them, and they will find us. So yeah, here's one right now. So yeah, that's a way of assuming negatively, and all the blondes you meet will be dumb. But if you assume all the blondes are smart, then they'll all be smart. It's like kind of how it works out. What you believe kind of manifests. So that's where the intention comes from. If you can believe something just inherently without really examining it, and it manifests in your life, then of course, if you set an intention and really want to believe in it and really do believe in it with everything you've got, and you put it in there, that's what it feels like. It feels more like, and then you just get all that energy amp towards it, but you can't just let it happen, come to you. Sometimes you can, when there's nothing you can do about it. But except that's the only thing you can do. You're waiting. Well, that was strange. My camera froze up. AI. I was about to say something I shouldn't say, I guess. I have no idea what it was. Anyway, I just want to wrap this up with a little resin Buddha. Kasha gave me this little resin Buddha. Isn't he just the greatest? You can't help but love a resin Buddha. And you know what's even cooler about him? So he has a little place to sit. And she made that too. Videos are fun. And so, today I'm going to set an intention. See how it goes. Misty's homework for you, if she were here, would be to set an intention. Let's set an intention. All of us together. That there will be everybody make your own intention. I guess I was going to think of one maybe all of us could do and agree on. I don't know if there's anything that every single person who listens to this podcast would agree on. It's nice to be nice. It's nice to be treated nice. Let's all set the intention that people will treat us nicely today or anytime, all the time. So I'm going to try setting this intention. People will treat me nicely, and I will be comfortable too. A lot of times I'm uncomfortable, so I'm going to set this intention. You might see it raise or feel the energy rise. I'm going to accept the love. Okay. I set that last intention. Maybe you will too. And I'd like to thank our sponsor, Everclear. Everclear is an advice app where you can get advice from psychics and empaths, so you can get the clarity and guidance you need to create the life you deserve. And I am an advisor on Everclear. I am LEESA and the letter P, Lisa P. And if you want to go to the website, http://www.weareallpsychic.com, you can click through Lisa's advisor services and get to my Everclear link that way as well. And Misty, I miss you. Misty, always miss you. And lastly, listeners and watchers, thank you so much. I love you guys. I miss you. I hate that we haven't. Hey, it's 11:33 in the morning right now. Oh, angel number, little big angel numbers. So hey, make a wish. Love you guys. Peace out.